everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name's Nicole and this is Dusty Book Sniffers, and today we're continuing on with the Booker Prize long list for 2025, so let's get started. Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me while I prattle on about the next book that I have just finished off the Booker Prize long list for 2025. The book that I'm going to talk about today is Seascraper by Benjamin Wood. It is the first time, surprise, surprise, that I have read this author, and all I can say is, oh my lord, this author, I really love their writing is what I'm going to say right here, right now, so you know that I'm going to gush over this book, right? Okay, so I've got Goodreads up here because I always forget how long these books are because I don't tend to look at what pages I've got left on my Kindle. So I've read this on my Kindle. It's coming in at 176 pages. It was first published in July of 2025, and as you know, it's made it onto the long list. Now, it's had quite a few glowing reports from the likes of Hilary Mantel. We also have Ross Raisin, I'm not too sure who they are, and Benjamin Myers. I've all said it's powerful, poignant, and poetic. This is something that Seascraper is a mesmerizing portrait of a young man hemmed in by class, ghost of his family past, and dreaming of an artistic fulfillment. And it confirms that Benjamin Wood is an exceptional talent of British literature. And I would have to agree with all these things that have just been said. So basically we're following Thomas, who is a young man that works the sea. Essentially, he is a shrimper on the British coastline. It is cold, it is foggy, it is hard work, arduous work, and he basically is being slotted into this life. He basically lives with his mother, and early on in the book we meet his grandfather, who taught him everything that he knows, including life values and everything else. So he has a horse and cart, so he doesn't have all the mod cons or anything like that. And from what I can gather, and I didn't quite catch this in the book, but from what was being said in the book and how people were living and what movies were being talked about and different things that were getting done, I'm guessing that this was the setting was in the 60s. I did go and have a look on Goodreads and I couldn't find that information either, and I must have just missed it, which is a little bit frustrating because that was one thing that I kept thinking, like, this must be, it's either just at like maybe mid to late early 70s maybe. Okay, so yeah, and just the things, the atmosphere and everything that the author has brought to life in this book is absolutely amazing. Like, the descriptions of the coastline, the sand that, you know, is essentially quicksand. You can lose your life in these sands, even down to the description of the knife and why the knife needs to stay into that bucket underneath the seat, and that's to help them have a quick escape. That knife always has to stay there. And you know, when we meet the grandfather, he's quite gruff, he's very matter of fact, and he's teaching Thomas everything he knows. And Thomas is, you know, he's young, he wants to do things a little bit different. So he has these dreams of, you know, not being in that lifestyle, you know, wanting something more. And I guess in a way, the themes that run through this, you know, are family ties, you know, accepting your lot in life, all that sort of stuff, you know, class, however you want to word that, and just wanting something more from life, wanting something different than, you know, is the status quo of the family and all that sort of stuff. We also have his mother in this as well. She had Thomas at a very young age, and there was a little bit of a scandal there. It didn't really go much into the scandal, but there was enough talked about it too. You knew that there was tension in the small British village, and there was a lot of judgment, and you know, and especially at this time, it's quite unusual for a young girl of 15, especially around the circumstances that she fell pregnant, to you know, and not having the father in the life of the child and all that sort of stuff. So essentially being a single mother was not quite, you know, the status quo of today. So there was that tension from the village, and so you got that. And even though we didn't spend a lot of time with the mother, she was there, she was a background character, she was, you know, that what was driving Thomas on. And same as the grandfather, he was there, but again, he was a background character, and Thomas was at the forefront of his feelings and everything like that, because he is quite a talented, he wants to be a musician essentially, and he's dreaming of an artistic life and not doing this for the rest of his life. And so it was quite interesting how, even though we didn't spend a lot of time with the grandfather, there was enough there to set up the story, and a lot of time with the mother, and they were sort of background characters. You really got a sense that they were fully fleshed out. Like, you knew who they were, you knew how they were going to react to certain situations, and how Thomas was also going to react to the situations. Like, I felt like Thomas, like, I know him. And it was really, really interesting, and how it was all played out and everything. So, and then we've got this other character that comes into it, the character that's going to essentially set Thomas free in his mind. You know, he's charismatic. He's got a way out of this lifestyle. He's flashing a bit of cash around. He's a filmmaker, and he's paying Thomas to show him around the coastline and everything, because he's looking for that ominous feel to his movie and all that sort of stuff. And just some of the things that played out. There was one scene, and I'm not going to go into details, but there was one scene that it was very palpable. You could feel the tension and all of that sort of stuff coming through on the pages, and my heart was racing through that whole scene. And basically, if an author can do that with their writing, they're a winner for me, and I want to read more from them. It was very atmospheric. I felt like I was there on the coastline with Thomas and Edgar. I could hear the gulls, I could feel the coldness on my skin, I could sense the fog and all that comes with that, that the author described. I just absolutely loved it. Yes, I'm gushing over it and all the rest of it, and I'm trying not to give spoilers because this is a very short book, and so it's very hard to talk about a short book without giving spoilers. So I have given this a 3.75, and you might be thinking that is a very low rating. This would have been a 4.5 star if it had been longer. I just wanted to spend so much more time with Benjamin Wood's writing, and just getting to going further in this story, and knowing what, having a little bit more from Thomas, and what he ended up with. Did he, what happened? Like, what happened to him? How far did he go, and all that sort of stuff. And I just wanted more from the book, and that's the only reason really I've marked it down. But the good thing is, it wasn't such a long book. Now I get to go and have a look at more from Benjamin Wood. This is definitely an author that I'm going to seek more of their books out, especially if their writing is like this in everything that they've written. I know that I'm going to be in for a treat. So if you haven't picked up Seascraper and you love beautifully atmospheric written books, then you're going to absolutely love this. You're going to sit back, you're going to want to delve in it. This would be one that I would revisit without a problem. So basically, definitely do yourself a favor. I sound like a cliche there. Do yourself a favor, pick this book up, immerse yourself in it, get yourself a nice cup of tea, curl up on the couch, and just fall into this book and enjoy it for what it is. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. But that is my review for Seascraper, another book down off the Booker long list for 2025. I've got, I think, 6 books. I'm in the middle of one at the moment, and I've got another 6 to read. So I'm making progress, thankfully. And as I said, that is it from me today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day no matter where you are. But before you go, let me know, have you read this, and what were your thoughts about Seascraper? Oh, and there was one other thing too. The song that is in this book, you can actually listen to it over on Benjamin Wood's website, which I thought was a nice treat as well. So go and check that out as well. But anyway, as I said, that is it from me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day no matter where you are. And as always, don't forget to leave me a comment down below, and keep up to date with everything that's happening on the channel by subscribing and getting all notifications. And while you're down there, give us a thumbs up as well, and maybe share this video with some of your friends that you think might enjoy this book. And as always, keep turning those pages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.